This is a brief tutorial on how to integrate your Outlook into Insightly. So here's an example that I think you could use for other purposes, but just to give you a context to explain the benefit. So let's say you have a project in Insightly, and I'm just going to choose this one here, Dissemination Guide. And all projects, as you may or may not know, allow you to email or store those emails in Insightly. Right. So for that reason, there is an email address that is attached to our projects. I'm going to go ahead and copy this email address, and so I'm just going to right click on that icon and choose copy email address. Now, utilizing this email address might seem kind of cumbersome. I'm just going to give you an example or a way to use it that is, I think, a little bit easier to manage. So what I'm going to do now that I've copied this email address, I'm going to go back to Outlook. And this is what I've been doing, and I just want to share it. I think it might be helpful. I like to set up rules in Outlook. So you can use rules for various purposes. I'm going to use it for forwarding my emails to Insightly. So first I'm going to go to this rules drop down, click on the arrow here. I'm going to go down to manage rules and alerts, because that's going to give me the most that's kind of like taking me as far out as I can in that process of setting up the rule. Sometimes based on the emails you have selected, it will try to generate rules based on those emails. What I'm going to do is click on the new rule button, and if I scroll down or look at the bottom of my window here under start from a blank rule, you see this first one that says apply rule on messages I received. So I'm going to go with that rule and click next. And then I'm going to say, I'm going to check this box here at the bottom that says assign to category. Now these are called templates. This is a rule template. So each time I check template option, and if I look at the bottom here, it's going to have what looks like a link. So this link is a placeholder. So it says apply this rule after messages arrive assigned to the blank category. So that category needs to be defined, so I'm going to click on the link. It allows me to do that right here and now. So what I'm going to do is create this new category called Ag Share Dissemination Guide. And I'm going to click OK. And because I'm doing this now, it automatically puts the check there. Click OK. Alright, and now if you look at my template, Ag Share Dissemination Guide is there. Now the next thing I want to do is click the next button, and I want to say forward it to people or public group. Alright, so I'm going to check that box, and again, that option is entered into my template. I need to populate it with the actual location. So I click on that link. Alright, and it's looking for addresses from my global address list. Since I have the Insightly inbox from my project already on my clipboard, I'm going to do a Control V and just paste it right there. Okay, click OK. And now you see that address listed in the template as well. So this is really all that I want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and click finish, but before I do that, I'm just going to click next just to show you that you can add additional criteria that would create exceptions if you needed that to be more, if you needed more specificity. But this rule as is going to serve our purposes. So I'm going to click finish. It's telling me, you get a prompt that tells you that it's a client rule only. So what that means is that this will only run when your Outlook application is running. It's not going to run on the server. So just click OK. So now I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Alright, so now I'm back in my inbox. And I can go to my categorize feature now. And I'm going to set the quick click. And what this allows me to do is to choose what is the default category that's assigned when I click on the categorize icon. Okay, I'm going to choose Ag Share Dissemination Guide. I'll click OK. And the categorize icon, you may or may not know, appears on every message from the inbox. So what this allows me to do is to quickly say, alright, I want to assign these messages to the Ag Share Dissemination Guide category. Okay, so now that I have these assigned, I can go ahead and run my rule. And here's another tip. If there's a criteria that makes it easier for you to find the ones you want to assign to that category, I can type that in my search field. It'll search my inbox and maybe pull out just the Ag Share messages. Maybe this makes it easier for me to identify the messages that I want to be sent to Insightly to my Ag Share Dissemination Guide project. Okay, so I've only chosen these three, but that's fine. So with that, I am going to go back to my rules. So I'm going to click the drop down again and click Manage Rules and Alerts. So now I'm going to say Run Rules Now. And I'm going to choose to run only my Ag Share Dissemination Guide rule. I'm going to say Run Now. Okay, so as the rule finishes running on your inbox, and basically how big your inbox will kind of determine how long that takes, you can go ahead and click Close. I'm going to click OK here. And I'm just going to undo the filter on my inbox. So if we look now at Insightly, let me just refresh here. It might take a moment too, but nope, looks like it didn't. So if we look at emails, we can see now that we have 4 emails that were delivered to the project. So that is one way of managing your emails in conjunction with Insightly. It takes a little bit of setup, but after you do it, all you need to do is continue to use the categorize function, and it will, after you run the rule, it'll send those messages over. So, thank you for listening. Stay tuned for more information.